like my work?
Hi, I'm Dan from the FMV archive, and welcome back to 1995, August of 1995, where we're talking about the 7-disc game Phantasmagoria. 7 discs when this came out. If you got it in Japan, they did a Japan release for this, for the Sega CD. 8 discs. This game is massive. Sierra Online did this game. It has sex, it has death, it has rituals, it has demons, it has rape, it has everything in it. This game was made for adults. Sierra Online advertised it to adults, and they catered it to the adult market. Of course, a lot of people didn't like that in the 90s. Too violent. Oh, this is scary. But you know what? That didn't stop it from grossing $12 million the first week that this thing was out. That was an absolute success. And boy, did they ever need it, because this game cost $4.5 million to make. That's massive. The original budget was $800,000. Ballooned up to 4.5. Roberta Williams is the writer/creator for this game at Sierra Online. She must be the most empowering, passionate speaker ever to get them to believe in this game, to develop it for 2 years, spend $4.5 million on it. Kudos to her for getting that pulled off, but let's see if this is a gem story-wise and is something that you should be playing. So step 1 in our 10-point system, the story. You are Adrian Delaney. You are a mystery novelist, and you've just bought an enormous mansion with your husband, kind of remotely in the middle of nowhere. It used to be owned by Carno. He was a magician of sorts, but he was into dark magic. You learned that Carno had a case of having all of his wives either disappear or end up dead. Carno died of his own doing in the mansion right there in the theater. Throughout the game, Dawn, her husband, is slipping into madness. Is he turning into Carno? Is Carno and starting to infest Dawn? Do you, the lead character, puke out ectoplasm and have Carno come out of that ectoplasm? Does Dawn rape Adrian? We'll find out all those things in this massive story. I didn't even cover a sliver of it. This story is a 10 out of 10. It takes 10 to 12 hours to play this game, so a lot of stuff is going on. Number 2, the gameplay. This is a point-and-click adventure, so we really need to rely on the story because there's not too much fast-paced stuff in this. Last act, there's a couple of quick things, but really for the most part, you're just walking around discovering stuff, either in this town or in this mansion. You pick up items, you do kind of very logical puzzles. As a matter of fact, the developer for this game said they wanted the puzzles to be easy. This was not supposed to be like the Seventh Guest with impossible puzzles on it. They wanted this game to move for you to enjoy the story. So the gameplay is relatively easy to do. And even though you're looking for things that may seem mundane, it always stays fun. 9 overall for the gameplay. Looking graphics. Listen, this was mind-blowing for 1995. The amount of full motion video that they have captured in this game is massive. That's why it's on 7 discs. The amount of full motion video when you're just walking around, it looks so good in this. They're doing everything in front of a blue screen. So the fact that they have every single pixel totally lined up, Adrian's movements in this, that is phenomenal. They have so much detail in this game, whether it's story or it's the detail in the backgrounds of everything in here. It doesn't need to be there at all, but it makes it so much better that it is there. This is an amazing game, not just good for 1995. This is one of those fantastic looking games. Number 4, the dialogue. It is a great mystery dialogue. People are always a little bit weird and quirky. You don't quite know if they're lying to you or telling the truth. That's what kind of makes mysteries interesting. There are tons of characters, and you know what? I say this a lot of times in the other videos I do. They all have their own voice. The characters don't all sound like the same person wrote their material. Conversations are usually quick. You're not hanging around forever talking about something and just dragging on. That makes the pace go very quick. I think the dialogue's very good for this. 10 overall for the dialogue. Since this is a fairly linear game, we're not going to talk about the consequences of your choices. We're going to talk about game logic and controls. The controls are absolutely great. Everything makes complete sense. Your inventory makes sense. How you move around makes sense. As I mentioned before, the logic is really simple in this one for the puzzles, for everything that you need to find. There's even a hint thing on there that if you get stuck, you can click on, and it'll give you hints on where you need to go, what you need to find to get to the next step of the game. I think it was laid out, thought out very well. 9 overall for game logic and controls. Moving along to the acting, Victoria Hemmingson. Okay, that is Adrian. She's the lead in this. If you think of movies where people are on screen for every single shot of the movie, I can think of Nicole Kidman and The Others. She's literally in every shot. That is Adrian in this one. The camera is always on her. So if she's not good, this game is going to suck because it is 12 hours of her walking around looking for stuff, and she kills it. She got out of acting. Now she's a novelist. I wish she would have stayed in acting. I wish somebody would have picked her up. She's a very beautiful woman, very good actress. Don't know why she never caught on. David Holm, he is Dawn. He is creepy in this one. I like him. He kind of turns that character around.
A woman's body is a wonderful thing, but the head is useless.
And Does he go a little bit over the top when he becomes Carno? Yes, but he should be, because Carno is an evil, sadistic magician who would be over the top. So I don't think that transformation is all that bad. I think the acting is good. Occasionally the bit characters seem a little bit theater-ish, a little bit too big. That's okay. It fits with the game. I think it's really good. 9 overall for the act. Number 7, the cinematography. As I mentioned earlier, details. This game has so many of them. There are so many shots that don't need to be there, that don't have to be in a video game, but make this game so much better. There's one shot where Adrian's watching kind of one of those old flip things where you put your eye in and turn a crank and it flips through. There's the shot of there with her eyes kind of looking at it, being terrified of what she is seeing. That shot doesn't need to be there. It's a video game, but it is there and it makes it awesome. Those little details, there are so many of them. As just one that I'm going to point out, but I love the things that they add to this game that don't need to be there. Everything syncs up with this. The cinematography is great. 10 out of 10. Oh baby, the music and the sound design on this one. They have a 135 voice choir doing Gregorian chants in this. Who the hell does that for a video game? Sierra Online does. That's why this game stands out for the test of time, because they did not overlook anything. In interviews that the developers had over time, they said the best music they had, they saved for the Act 7, Day 7, Disc 7 for the game, because it was the most intense and they knew it would crank up the intensity on this last disc. You know, I love it when a video game maker adds their own music to it, where they actually develop and compose music for it. They did it for all the music in this. It is spectacular. It is gothic. It is great. It pairs well with the scenery, it pairs well with the acting, it pairs well with the story, it pairs well with everything. Sound design and music, easily a 10 overall. Some of the best you'll find in video game. Number 9, inventive. What's new in this? It's a point and click adventure. We've seen that a bunch of times by 1995. Music? Hell yes. That is not being done even today, let alone in 1995. In the gameplay, no, it's not that inventive, but they had on 7 damn discs. 7! Nobody was doing that at the time. That alone gives us a 9 overall for inventiveness, because they pushed the envelope on things they did not need to push, and everything worked out. Number 10, fun. How much fun is this game? This game takes 8 to 12 hours, depending on how good you are at finding all the clues. And if you don't want to do it, you know what's weird about this game? You can put in disc 7 and just play it from there and play it out. So if you play disc 1, you're like, this is taking too long, I just want to see how it ends. You can literally put in the last disc and play it out. I've never seen that before in a game. Just jump to the end. Sierra said, we didn't want you to get bogged down by not being able to accomplish something, so we're giving you an opportunity to skip ahead if you can't get past something. While you can't do that, I wouldn't recommend it, because this ride is 100% worth taking the whole way through. Our final score is at 96, one of our highest rated games ever, and I was kind of surprised by this. I'd always seen videos of it, and it kind of looked slow and boring, but the slow burn is so good with the story on this. If you are an adventure gamer, if you're a point-and-click gamer, I would say this is a must-play for you. If you're more into the fast-paced games where you're doing harder puzzles and more frequent puzzles, maybe not for you, but again, throw in disc 7 and just play the end of it, and you're really going to like it. You can find this game on Steam, you can find discs of this all the time, you can find this on Abandonware, you can find this almost damn near anywhere, and you should be looking for it. What else you should be looking for is more videos from the FMV archive. This is all we do here. We review games, we interview developers, we have walkthroughs, we have playthroughs, and everything involved with FMV gaming. If that is something that you like, please hit subscribe, and we will do a whole bunch more of this. Thank you. Have a good one.